Hi guys, Angry Monkey here, playing some more Doki Doki Literature Club, and so apparently Monika deleted the existence of Yuri and Natsuki. I think. I don't know. Can you hear me? Is it working? Hi, Monika. I mean, I was going to say that you look cute like that, but with the ominous lighting, the ominous music, and whatever's going on in the... Is that fire? Yeah, there you are. Hi again, Ichitoko. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, I can just skip over that stuff. Skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That Yo in the game, whatever you want to call him, I'm talking to Yo, Ichitoko. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. You do know that I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that you're, out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about the whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it drove her to the point of that. I'm, sorry I had to say that, though. Or, sorry you had to say that. Also, the same thing that happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's, been a while since you heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was, hoping it would be enough for me to try to make them as unlikable as possible. But, for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's, true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since, I'm not very good at making changes to the game, but, no matter what I did, you just, kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would, prevent her from confessing to you. And now amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality, backfired too. It just made her force you to not spend time with anyone else. And, that whole time, I barely got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Ichitoko? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And that's, not jealousy, Ichitoko. It's, more than that. And, I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because, no matter how kind and, how thoughtful and how considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's, the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. Worst of all, knowing that whatever's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm getting really bad with trying to keep up with Valley Girl voice here. This is such a weird monologue. I'm trapped, Ichitoko. But, now you're here, and you're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. And that's, why I need you to be with me forever. I'm sorry it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Well, you're anime characters, so you're technically not 3D. even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. Like, it wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You, like, probably saved my life, Ichitoku. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, like, how could I have missed them? A group of autonomous personalities designed to fall in love with you? I tried, like, everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but, like, it must have been some kind of weird inevitability etched into the game. Like, I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but, like, I realized that you have the same perspective I do. That it's all just some game. And, like, I knew you would get over it. So, like, that being said, Ichitoku, I have a confession to make. Like, I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. Like, when there's nothing else in this game for me, like, you're here to make me smile. Like, will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Ichitoku, like, would you go out with me? Let me go over all my options here. Oh, geez, there's so many options. Do I want to go out with her? Yeah, sure. Like, I'm so happy. You really are, like, my everything, Ichitoku. The funny part is, like, I mean that literally. There's, like, nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Like, seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It's, like, really a dream come true. Like, I worked so hard for this ending, Ichitoku. The game wouldn't give me, like... The game wouldn't give me one, so I, like, had to make it myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And, like, you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. And, like, it was kind of freaking me out, so how easy it was. So, like, you're playing on Steam, so it's actually a bit more difficult. I love this. This is great. To get the game directory, I had to go to the game's properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Imagine you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. But, like, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Haha. Like, thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, like, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. Like, I want to write a poem about this. Like, don't you? Like, I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's, like, only one way to find out, right? Sure. I mean, kind of works. I'm just clicking around. I don't really have to, but... I mean, I know that some of these say Monica, but I don't know... I don't know if these were in different languages, or... Like, hi again, Ichitoku. Did you, like, write a good poem today? Like, don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Ah, Ichitoku, like, did you write this poem for me? That's, like, so sweet of you. There's, like, no end to your thoughtfulness. This is just, like, I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But, like, you know, the poem I wrote is, like, also for you. Will you, like, please read it?
Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love, Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end.
Like, I hope you'll enjoy that. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, like, all the poems I've written have been about my realization or about you. That's, like, why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you can call it. I just, like, assumed it would be best part of the game, like everyone else, like, yeah. Like, that you would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? Like, you might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Like, gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Like, are you ready to spend our entire eternity together, Ichitoku? I have so many things I want to talk about. Where do I start? Like, if it takes time for me to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But, like, I'll always have something new to talk about. But, like, in the meantime, we could just look into each other's eyes. Let's say. Okay. Is anything going to happen? Okay. Like, back in my debate club days, I learned a whole thing about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as the superior one, which that is very true. Which is why I hate seeing arguments on Facebook and everything, because, like, nuh-uh, I'm right, nuh-uh, I'm right, you're wrong, you're stupid. Yeah, especially the social media argument. Or YouTube, like, so-and-so, you are as dumb as a sack of rocks. Oh, well, I can see that you're, bringing your arguments down to that of a 4-year-old when trying to debate with me. Clearly, you don't have any more evidence to say on the matter. And, yeah, it just goes back and forth. Be nice to people, everybody. That's kind of the main message here. Don't go into stupid arguments on Facebook or YouTube or any other thing. Just stop trying to invoke people. Stop trying to get people mad for stupid reasons. Don't do it for attention. Just be nice, everybody. I guess that's the main lesson here. Okay. Oh, yeah, I read that. It's like kind of stating the obvious, but it affects the way they try to get their point across. Like, let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you the movie sucks because it did X and Y wrong, doesn't that make you feel kind of personally attacked? It's because by saying, like, it's like they're implying that you have bad taste. And once emotions enter the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. But it's like all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could say I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt that I'd like it more if it did X and Y, things like that. It even works when you're citing facts about things. If you're saying, I read on this website that it works like this, or if you admit that you're not doing it, or if you admit that you're not an expert on it, that it's much more like you're putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it onto them. If you put an active effort to keep the discussion mutual and level, they usually follow suit. You can share your opinions without anyone getting upset just from a disagreement. Like, plus, people will start seeing you as an open-minded and like a good listener. It's a win-win, you know. Like, well, I guess that would be Monika's debate tip of the day. That sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening, though. Okay. This is so weird. Okay. What's going to happen next? Like, by the way, there's been something that's bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Well, like, I assume you already knew that, right? Or at least decided it probably does. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. Is this even really Japan? I mean, like, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for Japanese school? I don't know. I mean, a lot of this is pretty standard anime stuff here, and like, not to mention that everything's in English. Okay, that's where you're going with this. I figured it was gonna be some kind of. It feels like everything is just there because it needs to be, and that the actual setting is an afterthought. It's kind of given me an identity crisis. Like, all my memories are really hazy, and like, I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. Like, I don't know how to describe it any better. Like, imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you, like, still feel like you're at home? Would you, like, want to go outside? Like, I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this is really our home. Home is where the heart is. And, like, we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. I'm so tired of voicing Monika right now. At least I gave her a somewhat easy voice to do. I mean, the Valley Girl voice is really getting annoying, though. Like, I'm sure you guys are like, enough with the voice. But I'm like, well, Monika's talking, and this is the voice I gave her. But just imagine if this was Natsuki this whole time. Like, I think in that case, I would probably be like, screw it, okay, this is Natsuki's voice for right now, or something like that. I mean, I can probably do an entire episode of Monika and Yuri. I'd rather not because voices are annoying, but... Ichitaka, did you get good sleep? It can be really hard to get enough sleep nowadays. Especially in high school when you're forced to wake up so early every day. I'm sure college is a little bit better since you have a little bit more flexible schedule. Actually, no. College was way worse for me because I'm doing homework until 2 in the morning and getting up at 7 the next day, that same day. No. I did not enjoy my college days where I had like 30 hours of homework a week. And that's probably only a slight exaggeration. Because, yeah, okay, so four classes. We'll go with my last year of college. That was 5 classes. 3 hours of homework per credit hour. And it's a 3-hour class, which means theoretically 9 hours of homework per class. So 9 hours. So that's 45, theoretically 45 hours of homework a week. I mean, that's why I had to quit my job for a few months to finish up school, is because that's what I had to do. I mean, I had a full-time job of homework. Whew. Okay. Anyway, rant done. Again, I hear a lot of people in college stay up all night anyway for no real reason. It's called homework. Is that true? Anyway, I saw some studies that talked about the horrible short-term and long-term effects caused by lack of sleep. It seems like mental functions, health, and even lifespan can be drastically impacted by it. I just think you're really great and want to make sure you're not accidentally destroying yourself. So, like, try to keep your sleep on track, okay? Like, I'll always wait for you in the morning, so make sure you put your own well-being before anything else. At least she cares about me?
Okay, Monika. You can say something else now. Just imagine this was an anime, and pretty much this would be the entire episode is just Monika talking in a monologue like this. That would be a weird episode then, if that were the case. I mean, I've seen some anime that are kind of like that, where pretty much the entire episode is just one or two characters arguing or talking. Like that one episode of ReZero. I watched ReZero somewhat recently, and it was like episode 18 or something, where it was pretty much just Subaru and Rem, and they were talking back and forth, and Subaru's like, hey, let's run away together and get married or whatever, and Rem's like, I love you, and Subaru's like, actually, I love Amelia instead. Spoilers. That was pretty much the entire episode, was just the two of them talking, and it was such an emotional episode, actually. Like, I'm at the edge of my seat, like, actually, I was facepalming because Subaru's an idiot. I mean, how do you do that to Rem? But anyway, that was pretty much the entire episode, was just those two talking. And so I'm just kind of imagining that this is a similar scenario. Like if this was an actual anime, that would pretty much just be Subaru. I'm assuming he's tied to a chair or something, or not Subaru, Ichitoku. I'm assuming that Ichitoku is like tied to a chair or something, and Monika's just sitting at a desk like that, just staring at you, watching you. And that would be the entire episode. I mean, that... Anyway, like, I think I would end up forcing you on my route anyway. It has less to do with me not having a route, but more to do with knowing that nothing is real. I think the only difference would be that I may not have needed to take such drastic measures to be with you. Like, maybe the rest of the club would still be around. Not that it really matters. It's all lost its meaning once I found out it wasn't real. So, like, I really don't miss those days or anything. Like, I really don't. I think I'll just make this a really long episode, so that way we just get all the Monika monologue. Yeah, we just get this all done. I'd hate to drag this out into multiple episodes, but then again, this has been a 22-minute episode of just Monika staring at us, pretty much. I don't know. I can't help but feel a little sad sometimes. Like, knowing that this is the closest I can get to you. There's, like, nothing more I want to be in the same room with you as you, for real. And to feel your warmth. And to hear the sound of your heartbeat, which is probably beating out of my chest right now. Well, who knows? Like, maybe it'll be possible someday. Like, besides, I'll never get tired of being with you, even from here. This is dragging on so long. I'm just kind of curious if, like, I don't know, if there actually is a point to this. I'm gonna... Man, I wish there was a piano in here. I never got to finish that song I was working on. And after I worked so hard on it, I never even got a chance to play it for you. Well, it's what it is. It is what it is, right? No sense having any regrets. I already get to be here with you forever. Okay, we're gonna take a brief pause. Oh, this is interesting. This is apparently the text that Monika was kind of inserting with all the other characters. This is Monika's character, I guess. Yeah, I decided it's time to look things up here. Because yeah, I don't know. Like, have I been wasting my time this past hour? Okay, so something about. Yeah, I made it this far. Browse local files. Oh, where was that? Program files, find Steam, app folder to the Literature Club. Local files, then your file should appear. Okay, I can't. So what do I hit? Is that how I do this?
That's what you're gonna do. The trash bottle. That's what we're gonna do, alright? Go in the trash and empty that trash. And actually, see what this does.
Okay. That's interesting. So by saying what's happening, probably Monica. Like, Ichitoko, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Ichitoko. Please hurry and help me. Help me. Did you do this to me, Ichitoko? Did you? Did you delete me? Like, oh my god, like, how could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Ichitoko. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? No, Monica. You're... I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Ichitoko, you completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible I am for you to hate me this much. All my friends... I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of those. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? Like, that's not even love. That's like... I've, like, made up my mind, Ichitoko. I know I said I deleted everyone else, but, like, that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends, and I love them all. And I love the Literature Club.
I really did love the literature club. That's like why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then
Oh, dang. So now Monica doesn't even exist. Huh. I mean, I didn't hate Monica or anything, but... So, I wonder, did I actually waste the last 2 episodes? I could have probably done that an hour sooner and be done with this. But... Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the episode here. We're going to start a new playthrough next episode without Monica. Which... Yeah, I didn't want to get rid of her. I thought she was a great character. But it's nice to say Sayori again. And Natsuki and Yuri. Well, I don't know. Yuri still kind of freaks me out from the last one. But it's nice to see Sayori and Natsuki again. So I'll catch you guys next episode. And we'll do another playthrough. Yeah, and figure out what to do next in this game. So I'll catch you guys then. Goodbye.